September, and the exact dates we want to watch. As money is going out, checks will be distributed, and important announcements will be made. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I do want to point out a bunch of different dates through the month of September that we do want to watch closely because, like I said, money will be going out, checks will be distributed, and of course, important announcements will be made, as well as a bunch of other important things that are going on this month. We have a very busy month upon us. Therefore, I want to point out all the details that we know about as of right now. And of course, as the month progresses, of course, I'll continue watching everything very closely and bring you those updates as well. But let's get into it and talk about what we know and all the key dates we want to watch very closely in September. First off, before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you updated with everything going on right now as things are changing very rapidly. Also, as long as you're right down below the video hitting that subscribe button, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like the video and of course share this video with your friends, family, and social media, so again, we can reach as many people as we can and help everybody out right now as things are changing very, very rapidly. All right, thanks so much. Please subscribe down below. Let's get into it and talk about the key dates in the month of September, what is going on that we know about right now, and again, a lot more will be happening. I guarantee you there will be a lot more going on this month, especially with the return of Congress from their long vacation and everything they want to do, right? All right, so let's work our way through the month of September in chronological order. In other words, starting with the first of the month and working our way through the end of the month. And I'm going to point out the key dates and give you a quick explanation as far as what is going on these key dates. All right. Couple things here. Number one is obviously September 1st, okay? A few different things on this day I do want to point out for you really quickly. Number one is the non-farm payroll number, okay? This is the date in which we do get that announcement for the non-farm payroll, as in the jobs report for the month of August, okay? Very important stuff. The first Friday of the month is when we get this report, so obviously I'll bring you that data here in a separate video. Now next, this is also the date in which those of you that receive SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, will also be getting your checks. Again, about 8 million of you out there getting your checks on this day, the first of the month. Obviously not a holiday, not a weekend, therefore you also get your payments there. Now also, those of you that generally get your checks on the 3rd of the month from Social Security, this is also the date you should be getting your payment because they do not pay on Saturdays or Sundays or holidays. Therefore, this is the Friday before because the 3rd is landing on a Sunday. Therefore, you should be getting your payment on this day as well, okay? Very important stuff. Now, next, remember, September 1st, this is the date in which that those student loan interest payments and student loan interest starts accruing again, okay? I talked about this in a separate video, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, or maybe 2 months ago now. I talked about this in a separate video. But this is the date in which interest will start accruing on student loans yet again, okay? Very important stuff. Now remember, payments will resume in October for student loan borrowers, okay? I made other videos talking about that, so I don't need to cover that again here in this one, but very important stuff going on with that, okay? So obviously you can see here the first of the month is a pretty busy day already. Now, let's talk about Monday really quickly. This is Labor Day, okay? So Labor Day is Monday, obviously the 4th, and obviously this is a holiday, so a 3-day weekend, a long weekend for a lot of people out there. Not bad, right? So it's the unofficial end of summer is what they like to say. I don't like that analogy. I don't like that because I really like summer, so it's hard for me to say the end of summer. It's like, seriously, guys, really? Let's not say that because then we're going back to winter, okay? Winter's rough, right? Anyway, let's just skip that for now, right? All right, so let's keep rolling out with some other dates here that I do want to bring to your attention as well as other things are going on. So let's fast forward all the way out until September 13th. A couple different things going on this day. Number one, this is the date in which we will be getting the announcement for the CPI, otherwise known as Consumer Price Index, or the inflation data for the month of August. Okay, this will be released bright and early, 8:30 a.m. East Coast time on the day, which is the 13th, which happens to be a Wednesday. Okay, so of course I'll bring you the details on that day. Next, this is also the date in which those of you here in the community that have been receiving your Social Security benefits after May of 1997, you're on the Wednesday schedule for your payments going out, okay? This is the second Wednesday of the month, okay? This is the date in which your payment will be arriving if your birthday lands between the 1st and the 10th of the month of September, okay? So This is the date that I want to point out for you. This is the date that we want to watch very closely here going forward. And again, the date in which you'll get your checks here if your birthday lands between the 1st and the 10th of the month if you are a Social Security beneficiary. And again, I know there's a lot of you here in the community. And again, you probably know this, but this is the second Wednesday of the month, okay? Now next, let's fast forward all the way out until the 20th of the month, which is the next Wednesday. Couple different things going on this day as well. Number one is the wrapping up or the ending of the 2-day Federal Reserve meeting, the FOMC meeting, okay? They start their meeting on Tuesday, they wrap it up on Wednesday, and then at 2 p.m. East Coast time, we get the announcement, and then about a half an hour later, we get the press conference out of the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell. That is on the 20th of this month as well, okay? Very important stuff going on there, okay? With that announcement, of course, I'll bring you the details as we get it. Now next, on this day as well, this is the date in which those of you that have a birthday landing between the 11th and the 20th of the month, this is when you'll be getting your payment because this is the third Wednesday of the month. For those of you receiving Social Security, again, retirement, SSDI, survivors, spousal benefits, whatever it happens to be, if you're receiving your benefits, this is the payment schedule, okay? The third Wednesday of the month, and this is landing on the 20th of September. For those of you that have a birthday between the 11th and the 20th of the month, this is the date in which that happens, okay? Now next, let's push it out all the way to the 27th of the month. This is the following Wednesday, and this is the date in which those of you that have a birthday landing between the 21st and the 31st of the month, this is the date that you'll be getting your payment because this is the fourth Wednesday of the month. And again, this is the payment schedule. In fact, I had that video out just a few days ago talking about this as well, where I broke down the payment schedule for Social Security beneficiaries, okay? All right, so that is the fourth Wednesday. Now, let's talk about a couple of things here. September 30th, okay? This is another very key date. This is the last day of the 2023 fiscal year for the federal government, okay? The federal government runs their fiscal year not along with the calendar. It is not January 1st through December 31st. That's the calendar. No, they don't do that. They do October 1st through September 30th, okay? That is the fiscal year for the federal government. Well, it ends the end of September, okay? So September 30th is the last day of the fiscal year for the federal government. What does this mean? It means that they have to do a lot of things. They need to come together as in Congress to pass the next spending bill for the 2024 fiscal year, which starts October 1st, okay? So like in a month's time from now, we get the new fiscal year. It begins October 1st for those, the federal government. And again, very important stuff as well. Now, here's a couple of things they need to do as well. They need to pass the spending bill, which, by the way, for the last several years, they continue to miss the deadline. They continue to come forward with continuing resolutions, and they continue to push out, very long time for usually a couple months. Last year in 2022, they did not get that done until right before Christmas. A couple days before Christmas is when they got it done. It could have been like the day before Christmas. Seriously, they waited until the very last minute there. And again, they were delayed on that. What was that? October, November, and most of December. They were delayed like almost 3 months on that thing, okay? So I would not be shocked again. There's no chance that they're going to get this thing done by the deadline of September 30th. So again, they'll probably do continuing resolutions. They may even be, threatening and talking about a potential government shutdown. Again, anything is on the table right now, and that's the whole situation is if they don't come together on anything, and if they don't pass a continuing resolution, then guess what? We go into a government shutdown. So very important stuff there as well. Now remember, like I said at the beginning of the video, student loan payments, again, interest starts accruing again September 1st. And it's going to be, those payments will be resuming October 1st, okay? So please be very aware of that. There's about 43 million people out there that have federal student loans. Very important. You probably want to know about that because that's going to be a lot of extra money coming out of your pocket each and every month for those for those payments that will resume in October, okay? So not September, but October. Interest just starts, and it starts to accumulate yet again in September. Okay, that kind of makes sense? Anyway, a pretty busy month. Oh, again, I want to point this out as well. Congress returning from their vacation. Remember, they always go on like a 5-week vacation starting in early August. They come back in mid-September, depending on, the House or the Senate. They come back at different times. And then they sit there and dilly-dally around for a couple weeks because they don't have a clue what they're doing because they were just on vacation, probably, in a different mind space, if you kind of get what I'm saying, for 5 weeks. And now they have to come back and try to work on the taxpayer dollar. And of course, they'll just sit there and do absolutely nothing for the next couple weeks. And then, of course, they'll wait until the, new fiscal year and stuff like that. And then they'll find another excuse to go on another vacation. So Anyway, as you can see here, I don't really have very positive opinions of Congress because they don't do a very good job representing the people. Either way, I want to point this out for you really quickly, let you know what's going on here. But this is the schedule for September, some of the key dates that are going on out there, and some of the things I want to point out for you. These are the announcements, the dates in which checks will be going out, a lot of different things that are happening here. And of course, as we work our way through the month, of course, I'll be right here for you, right by your side, pointing out all the dates, pointing out everything going on, and how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course, anything popping up you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. There's a lot of things happening right now. Either way, please subscribe down below. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. If you need me to elaborate on any of this any further, of course, I can always come back and do that for you in a separate video. Please just let me know. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Mark all these dates down. And again, there's going to be a lot more going on. I guarantee you this is going to be a much busier month than what I just pointed out. So anyway, enjoy your day. Have a good one. And catch you again later.